I am 319 kilometres south of, well, actually I'm south-southwest of Brisbane. Now I've just come out of Gundawindi, or Gundawindi as they call it up here. Just looking at some CU. I mean, there's the little bits of it. I'm underneath very small bits of it. And as we head north and eastwards, so northeast I guess, back towards the coast, it just gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And I've been watching this because I've been travelling all morning. I've watched it turn from a couple of specks, like, well, in fact I don't know if you can see behind me there. You see just the small little CUs there. Well, even they started off, you know what, this is what I look like. Anyway, there's the CU. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down now. We're about to go underneath all that, and yeah, you won't be able to see much once we're under it. So I'll see you all soon. We're just a half hour down the road from when I saw you, when I spoke to you last, and what's just come into view is this lovely boy. Oh, we've got a clearing here too, so we're going to see it nicely. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm just having a guess, but I think that might well be above the Gold Coast. The actual Gold Coast proper. Just on the edge of the coast. And we've got some really nice cumulus there. The top of it anyway. And there. Oh, jeez. Jeez, this is going to be exciting. I'm excited! I've got to get another look at that. Sorry people, I was about to switch the camera off, but we're getting real close to it. We're going to have a good view of it soon, I think. So I'll just keep the camera running for a little longer. Oh, there's been an air pressure change just then. My ears needed popping. Oh yeah, there she is. Hello, baby. Really see how it all thickens up as it gets closer and closer to the cell. You at home probably can't with this camera bouncing around the way it is. But I tell you what, conditions look very favourable for lightning tonight around the Gympie region. I wonder if I will be right. Has passed. Well, actually no, not quite this time. Roughly 20 minutes, 20 minutes has passed since the last take, and what we're actually looking there is the anvil that I showed you just before, that you just saw a second ago, which for me it was half an hour ago, but for you it'll be a second ago. And the anvil is obscured by another cumulus cloud that's on my side of it. In other words, yeah, it's hidden. You can sort of see the edges of it there if you look very closely just there. See that little wispy bit? Yeah, and there's one out the other side of it too. Yeah. I don't know, you can see it too well with the video camera because when I zoom in it gets very bouncy, but I can actually think I can see a bit of precipitation underneath there, and it certainly looks big enough to be throwing out some lightning strikes now, one or two. Okay, I'll update you all in a minute. Well, you know, another half hour or so we'll have another look. Okay, I've decided to get out the car because I've just noticed a nice little parking bay with a good view, facing west. And now I'm just panning around to the northwest. I hope I'm getting this right, yeah. Northwest, roughly north now. Northeast. And we can see some real goodies coming up to the northeast there. My hand's shaking. And good optical image stabilization on these little Sony handycams. Oh, looks like this guy's dying off a bit. It's not quite so cauliflower looking now. All tight at the top, like the top of that one there, for example, whereas they were just a few minutes ago. It's amazing how quickly they can just die like that. But in some areas, yeah, it's just absolutely exploding. There's another little anvil over there. And yeah, so that's east. Looks like it could well even be above Brisbane. And yeah, then we pan back around to the south. There. And then back round to the west again.
And Christmas as well, and we've all agreed to go to church. It doesn't really matter which church, but we'll all be there together. So I think everyone's really, really good at putting things aside and just having a wonderful Christmas.
That's good to hear. Thanks for your call, Annie.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. We've got Mike in Canberra. Hello, Mike.
G'day, Miss. Merry Christmas to you. Love your work on
the news.
Oh, good.
Now we
Can't be over already.
Have my wife and her sister who live here. We have 2 children. She has her father no longer lives with them.
What I was just trying to do there is get the local radio recorded, because they're putting out storm warnings for a whole heap of towns in the Darling Downs, South Burnett, whatever you want to call it. Kingaroy, Toowoomba, a few other inland places there. Well, you know, when I say inland, it's not very far inland, 200 or 300k inland. And I'm putting my finger, oh, got a big change in direction of wind then. Was coming from my left lightly and steadily for a while, and then all of a sudden there was a gust right into the right. And in fact, what's interesting is I'm going up a very steep hill. What was also interesting is the storms are all on the other side of this hill. So it would stand to reason these hills could well be the lifting mechanism. Oh, this truck's going real slow, or I'm going too fast, one of the two. Kilometres southwest of Brisbane. Just going to hold it there on that area, because that's the core of a very large cell. Can I get it all in the shot? Oh yeah, still can just. That's a biggie. You know, that's about your average thunderstorm size sort of thing for, you know, when they're starting out. Oh, some very heavy rain there. You see that rain curtain? Oh, that is thick. It's either very deep or very heavy. Either way, it is not transparent whatsoever. Whereas the ones you generally see in Melbourne, even the heavy ones, are slightly transparent. I'm seeing some scud fractus or something in the middle of the rain curtain. I don't know, I very much doubt the camera would be picking that up, but yeah. Hopefully we'll see a funnel cloud, maybe a touchdown if we're really lucky. But it's probably not very likely. Oh, That bent power pole there, everybody. Oh, look at that. Power pole's drunk. Okay. Get back to you soon. Didn't see a strike. I think I might have seen the flash from a strike though. It's possible because it seemed to come from the rain area there. I don't know if you can see it or not. It sort of just looks like fog really. I'm getting a couple of drops on the screen, windscreen now. Very small drops though. There's cells going up everywhere. I cannot wait to see the satellite pictures. One moment. Oh wow, wet road up ahead. I think it's gonna get a little heavier before it gets lighter. There we go. Okay, my first tropical rain of the trip. Probably gonna have to put this sucker on manual focus too. Oh boy, I need a shower. Oh yeah, that smells tropical. Check this out. It's like I think we're at a bit of an altitude here and we're up inside the bloody cloud. Because you don't often see fog in summer in Queensland, southeast Queensland at that. So I just want to get some of this on video. This is incredible.
To Melbourne to Hobart via the east coast and the west coast of Tasmania. Also,
it was a little bit thicker than this. It's thinning out now. Probably coming out the other side of the cloud.
And for the rest of the country, you can hear a full call on Grandstad digital radio. And as we speak, in downtown Devonport in Tasmania, Yana Pittman has returned to the track, and we'll have some information from Australia's Brian Rowe at some on the cricket as to how Yana has performed in her comeback. Let's go back now to the Melbourne cricket ground at Karaoke. So crisply at this stage, it bodes well for Pakistan. That's why I know they're long odds, but for they to go for 2 down tonight.
Visibility's better now, but just before I got the camera on, the visibility had dropped dramatically and I had to slow right down. I couldn't do 100, no way. It's just too dangerous in case some idiot had decided he was going to overtake a car coming the other direction. You'd have to be crazy to do it, but there are idiots that give it a go.
You can play your shots once you're in.
Anywho.
And really, you know, if Forrest is not to be a factor, these fast bowlers are going to get tired at some stage.
You can't even see these traffic lights on the camera yet. There we go, you should just be able to see them now.
He did, Australian couldn't get him out.
How's that for poor visibility? Oh, it's thickening up again. Here we go.
It bounced the second time before it got to Haddon, but it was a pretty good lead by Alfred Bell. Yeah, well, see, Spain got 76 last year. The Night Watchman has batted for long periods. This might be a couple of years where the drop-in pitch basically doesn't do much at all throughout the entire...
21 to 30 degrees, 19 to 31 for Ipswich. The Golden Sunshine Coast's 21 to 29. And it'll be mostly fine for Christmas Day. This is ABC News.
There we have it. That is at, I think, 2:05 p.m. or 1:35 p.m. local time. One of the two.
Sounds good. As soon as you hear anything sizzling on a hot plate, my mind goes elsewhere, let's be honest. And we have an expert in the studio joining us this afternoon who knows all about it. I gave him a big introduction and then I mucked it up, but here he is right now. Pete Evans, how are you, Pete?
Good afternoon, Miff. I'm excellent. I like the sound of the beer can.
Oh wow, I can see the base of this cell. Alright, just an update folks. I have less than 90 kilometres of fuel to make 90 kilometres. So I have no freaking idea how this is going to turn out for me. But yeah, I got to get some petrol. I'm so close to a major storm northwest of Gympie. These guys are travelling north quite quickly, a lot quicker than was being reported on weather forecasts anyway. Just a minute, I've got to butt my cigarette out inside a bottle. No throwing out the windows. Oh, hang on, we're about to get a good view. Okay, there's the first tower. As we hopefully we're going to be able to pan around. Oh yes, look at that folks. Look at this monster. I just saw a strike come out. Is that a funnel cloud? No way. No way. Oh no, it's not. I don't know what you'd call that. I don't think it's a funnel cloud. The sun's about to set. I really would like to stop to take some still photos, but I can't stop. The re-acceleration back up to 80 will use extra petrol. So I've got to sit it out for the next 87.1 kilometres. 87.0 kilometres. Okay, there's an unsealed road here, or unsealed shoulder, so I've got to pack the camera up. I need 2 hands. Bye-bye. Hope I don't run out of fuel. Please, God, don't let me run out of fuel. Okay, we're back again. Still very low on petrol, 81.7 kilometres to go. I have no idea how much fuel I've got left anymore because below 80 kilometres of fuel, it stops telling you. It just switches over to a low fuel warning. So I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Please tell me this is not dying now. Just not hearing as many crackles and pops on the radio anymore. Do some acceleration here while we're going downhill. See those numbers come back. Just filming that again. I don't think I was recording. There's our main tower, panning across. Oh, you can't see over there, but hopefully you can see the base again soon. There is some strikes starting up now. Oh, we got a fire. We got a couple of fires. Holy cow. Lightning? We got fires, people. Oh, this is terrible. I can't even stop. Someone lit them. Oh, they're burn-offs. Crikey, in this weather. Alright, better turn this off to save some battery. get some video of these lightning strikes I'm seeing, just in case it does die after dark, and it looks like now that the sun has set, it is dying, which I'm spewing because I really hope the Gympie cells would go well into the night, given the amounts of cape and lift index on the GFS forecast. Now, I know GFS is not perfect, but it's not going to give you -5 on the charts when there's really nothing there at all, and it's not going to give you nearly 2,000 cape when there's nothing there at all. So there's got to be something here until midnight. There's got to be. Problem is I don't know where it's going to be. Oh, geez, and I didn't check the latest GFS. I haven't checked the GFS for about 12 hours now, and a lot can happen in 12 hours. Alright, I've got to concentrate. Bye-bye, people. Wow. I'm videoing myself.
Oh, wow.
But it's really dark. For some reason. I'll put on a night vision, hang on. That's better. Yeah, there's a little bit of lightning just starting up behind me.
Oh, cool. You'd like that.
Well, as long as it sort of keeps going and keeps building, but I don't know what's going on here. I'm very confused because I can't look at the internet right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably can, because if I can get through to you, I can get the internet.
Okay, yeah.
Because it runs on the same thing.
Yeah. And you should rest soon too, like don't drive around all night.
Oh, no, I've got nowhere left to drive to, babe. There's no lightning in the distance. The lightning's actually quite close, but there's not much of it.
Yeah, so don't go chasing it around.
There's nothing to chase.
Okay.
All I'm heading for now is somewhere where I can maybe get a bed for the night.
Yeah.
Like a caravan park or cheap motel.
Cool. Okay.
There's a motel in the middle of nowhere where I just got my petrol earlier, where they didn't have Optus. They didn't have any rooms, or at least they weren't giving them out.
Oh, shit.
One of the two. They didn't say why. They just said no, they don't have any. It could be though that they're there's not enough people to change the sheets and clean the rooms because they're on holidays.
Yep.
Maybe. Or it's all full of truckies.
Yep. I understand what you're saying.
Actually, given the time of night, it could be just full of people travelling like me.
Yeah.
Just staying there overnight. I should have booked this a lot earlier. But the problem is I don't know where I'm going to be.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that's true.
I'm sort of trying to work this all around the weather. So the houses that I look at, I'll be looking at them if there's thunderstorms there, sort of thing. And then when it's getting closer to time to come home, I'll start looking at ones whether there's thunderstorms there or not.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and if you go past nice areas, make sure you remember it so you can go back and have a look at it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tomorrow after I've had sleep, I'm probably just going to take photographs of everything. Like all sorts of shit I wanted to photograph today, but I was on a sort of schedule, you know? I had to get here by sundown.
Cool, yeah.
And I was going to make that so long as I kept going.
Oh, Choc-Chilla, get out of there.
Oh, I've got to do a poo.
Oh, baby.
I've got no paper.
Oh, yeah, I even put a message on your email so when you go online you'll get it.
Email? Oh, the messenger?
Yeah, messenger thing.
Yeah. That's not email.
Oh.
That's messenger. Short message. It's like SMS, really.
Yeah.
But they're longer and free and shit.
Oh, Choc-Chilla.
Well, listen, I better get moving, babe. I've got 101 kilometres to get to Gympie. I'll get to Gympie, go to the toilet, then call you. So, you go on. Go.
Yeah, if you can, I was going to say, give me a ring.
Yeah, no, I will. I'll call you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours at the latest.
Okay.
But it might be as soon as an hour and 15 minutes. So, actually, I'll put it this way. Somewhere between 1 and 2 hours.
Okay.
But it won't be earlier than 1 hour because I've still got 100k to go at 100k an hour.
Yeah.
So
Baby, I love you.
the car's going very well apart from the battery last night.
Oh, cool.
When I get to a city, I mean a big town, well, I will soon, but when it's open tomorrow, I might even buy a battery, depending, like I'll get it tested first.
Yeah.
And then I might buy one just to make sure I've got plenty of power. So I don't want to get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Like right now I've got the engine running
Okay.
to make sure that I can still take off. Alright, there's that lightning hasn't struck again. It went off about 10 strikes and then it stopped.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what's happening. There's just these little pulses of lightning around the place and they're just not lasting any longer than about 10 strikes and then there's nothing. And then then another one will pop up somewhere else, 10 strikes. They're what's called pulse storms. They're very short-lived.
Yeah. Okay, baby.
Okay, babe. Well, I'll call you in less than 2 hours, but more than 1 hour.
Yeah, okay, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Don't worry, okay?
No, I won't, okay.
Go play your game.
I will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love you and miss you.
I miss you, I love you.
Okay, baby.
Okay, bye-bye.
I'm recording all this on video, this conversation.
Unreal. Okay, I love you, baby. You look after yourself.
I love you too, baby. I miss you so much.
Me too.
Okay, now don't you
Okay,
worry,
bye-bye.
okay?
Yep.
I'll be home soon. I'll be home Tuesday sometime.
Yep.
Okay.
Mwah.
Mwah. I love you.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, baby, I miss you so much. I can't wait to get home. Not that I like home anymore for some reason. I've really been turned off it, but I love you and I miss you. Home is where the heart is. And my home is with you and your heart. I miss you so much, baby. Ooh. Let's have a look at this lightning actually. These things were really pulsing. Like it's throwing out quite a few strikes there right now, isn't it? Yeah? Whoa, that was nice. Sadly, I don't know how to use the still camera properly yet. It just keeps telling me it's too dark. I've got to get it to take the photo whether it likes it or not. Oh, why does it care if I waste friggin' digital frames? It's not like they're film frames. Alright, I'm going after that. That's going off again. Jeez. Not fair. I mean, why can't I use the...
In 350 meters, continue straight, Gayndah Road. Continue straight, Gayndah Road. Continue 20 kilometers.
like it's in Gayndah, above Gayndah. I was gonna go there too. It's the original supercell. It's fired back up. I wonder why everything died off, then picked back up again.
Refiling.
wheat silo or grain silos. shake the camera. It's really bloody hard to keep it still in the car, especially when you're driving with one arm.
Now at 10 o'clock.
Connecting with your community, local stories, local characters, finding out what matters to you. ABC Local Radio Queensland.
Story with ABC News. South Australian firefighters have gained control of a bushfire that's destroyed 9 homes.
But the acting Immigration Minister, Robert McClelland, says unaccompanied children and family groups are moved to the mainland in some cases. He says this occurred under the previous government and it doesn't affect the asylum seekers' legal status as offshore arrivals. The government denies the asylum seekers have been moved because of overcrowding at the Christmas Island Centre. The opposition is calling on the government to look at alternative options to process both arrivals offshore.
The Federal Climate Change Minister Penny Wong says she would have liked a stronger outcome from the Copenhagen summit. The Indian government says it worked with China and other emerging nations to make sure any target emission cuts are binding. Senator Wong says aspects of the negotiations were frustrating, but has stopped short of criticising the Indian government.
The Indians are articulating a position that's their national position. We've made our position clear. We wanted more. We think what we got was a step forward, and we are pleased that China and India have not only agreed to act, but are willing to be accountable for their actions.
The federal opposition leader, Tony Abbott, says Malcolm Turnbull should never have even started negotiating with the government on its emissions trading scheme. In his updated book, Battle Lines, Mr Abbott writes that the former Liberal leader, Mr Turnbull, made the coalition effective co-sponsors of the ETS. Tony Abbott took over the leadership by vowing to vote against the scheme. Mr Abbott has also revealed he warned Malcolm Turnbull in the months leading up to a Senate vote that the issue is becoming like a slow train wreck. Concerns have been raised at AWB's annual general meeting over the operation of the wheat exporter under its new structure. Some shareholders told the meeting in Melbourne wheat growers have lost confidence in AWB since it lost its single desk. The company's chairman, Peter Polson, responded by saying AWB's in a difficult position because of past issues, but he says the company hasn't abandoned its customers for wheat growers.
I can't lay out
a plan for you at the drop of a hat and say to you, this is how we're going to re-establish our relationship with our customers. But I can assure you that every board meeting that we attend, whether it's Landmark or the commodities business, we talk about the customer.
An American couple who pretended their son was carried away in a helium balloon in October have been hit with a $48,000 fine. They also faced jail time for the stunt, as the BBC's Rajesh Lesangani reports.
The giant runaway balloon was tracked by TV cameras for hours. When it was feared, 6-year-old Falcon Heen was trapped inside. It was also chased by law enforcement officials from 3 counties.
They are big, heavy drops, man. We're on a hill, and there's got to be half an inch of water on the road. I'm down to 50k an hour. I've got good visibility. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a wall of water on the road. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's just because the drops are so large.
They do say the woman claims know where Mrs. Obama and her husband would be staying, told someone she planned to kill her. This is ABC National News. Queensland weather. Sultry across the rest of the state. Showers with storms over most northern and eastern areas, spreading into the southwest during the day. Light to moderate southeast to northeasterly winds over the tropics. In the southeast, showers overnight, and then a mostly fine day. ABC Local Radio Queensland.
I take it the storm warnings have been cancelled.
And a very good evening and welcome to the Nightlife. You are with Rod Quinn and Tony Delroy back at the end of January, but Leon Compton will be your host as of next Monday. Tonight, the decade in popular culture. Depending on what some people say, the first decade of the 21st century is drawing to a close. Might be this year, might be the end of next year, but we're talking about the noughties. The noughties will end in just a week and a half or so. It's time to cast a look back. How will the decade in culture, popular culture and entertainment
Tell you what, the little froggies could just about swim here. Come on, pulse again. I'm in a really good position to film the lightning, wherever it is. Yeah, don't think I'll be going down that road. This looks familiar. Yeah, I'm going bloody fast. Temperature outside 22 degrees in the heavy rain. That ain't bad.
On Saturday night, on ABC Local Radio Queensland. And you are with Rod Quinn. This is the Nightlife. And we are looking back now the first decade of the 21st century, 2001. I don't care. I honestly couldn't tell it because we are talking about the noughties. We are talking about the decade that began in 2000.
Right. A little bit of hail in that now. It's only small hail. You can see things bouncing on the road, so I've got to assume that's hail. I don't think raindrops bounce, do they? Well, actually, I suppose technically a drop could splash upwards, yeah. As a reaction of a drop hitting a puddle, it can, yeah, well, it's alright, yeah. Maybe it's not hail. Mount Perry.
Generally have a name. How would you characterise the last 30 years? Yeah, I've been wondering about this. I mean, yeah, so you talk about the 50s, you might say the short tack and style. I was like, for that, and then the 60s are the decade of revolution. 70s, they always say, the decade that style forgot. Even though we probably still feel pretty stylish when we had those bell-bottom trousers on. And then the 80s was the greed is good decade, and the 90s. It's never been quite defined, but
a little bit of wind.
So I'd say the twins of Diana decade, the whole
U-turn when possible.
we've really got to make a decision.
Yes, I will.
And if we check that the really good decade is down to the 80s,
Continue 4.8 kilometres.
go bad. But then that just hasn't been run for that long. You know, it was a year ago, but it didn't seem to be all that avenue. And it does seem to me that it's really kind of just riding the Canadian here, but it comes in again, and then he's still around, and I think he seems to be alive. Well, he went out the decade off.
Alright, that's enough. What's this Kookaburra up to? I think he's watching me, watching him. Did you get a bit wet last night, mate? Sing. Laugh.
Queensland seasonal conditions, water and feed became scarce, and certainly the season deteriorated badly as we got towards the end of the year.
What markets do you believe saw the biggest changes over the year?
Certainly the biggest problems we've been having have been with the Japan, and therefore Japan ox prices, and progressively as the year progressed with the US because of the US dollar, and therefore cow prices. So export stock generally, rather than domestic stock, have been the ones hit the worst by it, because it really is a major export problem.
So that could be passed on then to the feedlotters?
Yeah, feedlots had a fairly...
At 2 meters in bed, she could play.
Hello, sweetheart. I'm just about to have dinner, and I thought I'd show you the room, because I'm going to show you the dinner I've got, and I'll show you the room as well.
And it's my last chance.
There's the TV. It's a 42-inch, the same as ours.
It's one of the few pristine
Big mirror there,
and Rick's had
fridge there. The people are just so lovely here.
One of the reasons that Hong Kong still has healthy populations of state ready.
Beautiful, clean, tiled bathroom.
There's still pristine habitat here, undammed river.
Here's dinner. I've got crumbed calamari rings with some kind of lemon mayonnaise sauce.
The team is fishing upstream.
And I've got steak, a rib. I think it's a ribeye steak with mixed veggies. How's that, eh? Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, we're all set. So the biggest fish that you've ever seen have come out of this river.
Nice, eh?
Some of the biggest giant freshwater.
God, I wish you were here, babe. You'd love it. I'm so sorry you didn't come.
Stretch. We've had fish here which would take 10 hours, 6 hours to land.
I miss you so much. Got a whole family of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of them were laying down at first. Look at this guy. Wallaby. These are the guys that must come down your backyard. They're very tame. They're cautious but not afraid. They're not real smart though. Basically got the brains of rabbits. Their behaviour is very similar to a rabbit, I think. This guy wants to go, but nobody's following him. Fatty. What have you got in there? Have you got a joey? Or is that 2 wallabies? Ah, it's 2. Where's the babies? Who's got babies? Hey? Oh no, that's not the one that wants to go. The one that wants to go is over there. There he is. But nobody's following you. Are they? They're all interested in me. You're the nervous one, aren't you? Oh, there we go, we're all off now. So some beautiful markings. It's alright guys, I'm going. There's more. They're so well camouflaged, you just don't notice them until you... I didn't notice these 2 till I was about to take off, so there must be 7, 8, 9... It's 9 I've seen. I haven't even made it halfway up the hill yet. Is it gonna rain, guys? Do you know it's gonna rain or something? So you're out for the lushness of it. Hello. A joey. Oh, there's a joey. Hello. Thank you, Mum. Thank you for giving me a look. Hello, Jojo. Okay. Don't worry about me. I'm just passing by. Good girl, Mum. Oh, you are so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, look at that little face. Oh, Mum, you're beautiful. This is amazing. I'm only about 7 or 8 feet from this guy and he's eating. He does not care about me. Until I started talking. Oh no, there we go. It's because I was talking. But he's still only about 15 feet now. Yeah, I just want to say, I'm 651 kilometres from home on the Hume Highway. I'm not exactly sure where I am. I just know I'm 651 kilometres from home. And there was a white four-wheel drive parked on the side of the road. A husband, a wife, and a tiny little toddler. Barefooted. I think she was only, it looked like a girl. It looked like she was only wearing a nappy. And the mother, on the side of this friggin' highway, had her back to that little toddler. And the toddler is facing the road. Now, they went out of sight before I could see what happened, but it looked like the parents were arguing. And I can just see that toddler seeing something on the road that it wants to pick up and running out in front of a car, or even worse, a truck.